Get ready. I'm going to tell you how almost all songs these days are made. They have three choruses. Usually between the second and third one there's a bit of a solo. Then the songs are either about sex or money. Wow, I'm a genius. I just made $1 billion. I've just made $1 billion because that is basically how all songs these days are made. I've been seeing this thing online where people are starting to complain about modern day music, and especially mainstream music. They're calling it co-worker music. Basically just songs that say nothing really, and it just sounds too generic. And it really is true, but I feel like there's a larger problem with music these days. I've also been seeing the rise of AI music, and that's, I think, because the standard of modern music is so low that AI music actually does stand a good chance at becoming really good and doing better than most songs these days, most famous artists these days. That can't happen with movies. AI can't do that with movies, but again, the standard for music these days is so low that actually I think AI music does stand a chance at probably becoming top 10 in the charts. I want to explain to you how modern music is these days. You know, you have all these artists, Taylor Swift, Drake, all these artists, you know. Basically what they are doing is coming to your house. Drake comes up to your house with his new Lamborghini, and he comes up to you and says, "Yo, I make millions, yo. Fucking Lambo, Rolex watch. I sing about all this, I rap about all this stuff. Money, please. Can I please get money, please? Listen to my music and give me money. Thank you, I'm rich. Don't forget about it." Gets in his Lambo, leaves. Fucking Taylor Swift comes. She comes up to you in a Porsche. She says, "Oh, I had to suck a new guy's dick. Money, please. Can you give me money? Please give me money, please. I need money. Please, I'm a billionaire. I need money." You listen to her songs. She gets back in a Porsche, goes back to a fighter jet, flies back to a mansion, and then tells you that you are doing damage to the climate also. But if you think about it, these singers, songwriters aren't talking about anything important these days. They aren't bringing up any important issues. This is the biggest industry, one of the biggest industries in the world, and the biggest entertainment industry in the world, the music industry. And yet, you cannot say that they are doing anything good for society. They are not bringing up important issues in the world. That's why it's called co-worker music, because they don't talk about anything. They try and be as inoffensive as possible. And I don't want to sound like an old timer back in my day, but Michael Jackson, you know, he made a lot of songs that was about sex and money and stuff, but some of his best songs, some of his greatest hits was those that was talking about important issues. Climate change, racism, poverty. And people act as if you can't make good stuff and also give a good message to the world. You can do both. You can boogie and dance while the song is about climate change. It is possible. Michael Jackson did it. They don't want to do it because they're lazy. And also with rappers, you know. Rappers these days, it's mainly about money and chicks and stuff. And then, you know, if you criticize them, they're like, "Oh, but you're jealous." So? Of course I'm jealous. Look at him. Look at these rappers. They're a bunch of skinny assholes. They look like dicks. And they are flaunting all these gold digger chicks around them with their Lambos. And honestly, can you say to yourself that, "Oh, I'm not jealous of this person"? Of course you are, because they don't deserve that type of money. They aren't talking about anything important. They aren't improving society in any way. Neither are most of these hip-hop stars or whatever. And yet, they say that we're jealous and all this. There's a difference when, of course, if you're rapping or singing about how you came from nothing and now you're here, that's a bit different. But if you make like 10, 20 songs about that, you're just a dick, honestly. And can you really say that he deserves, or these rappers deserve, the money more than a single mom raising her kids? Does he deserve the money more than a man that just lost his job and might be on the streets today. Did you know that there is more slavery today than there was back when it was legal? 40 million slaves today. Back in the Atlantic slave trade, I think at its peak, it was 14 million. And it's not, I'm just not making this up. It's actually something you can find on the UN. Did you know about that? Did you know about that? No, you didn't. You know why you didn't? Because none of these millionaires, singers and songwriters are telling you about it. You don't know about it because they don't care. They don't care about all this important stuff. Think about what they could be doing with their millions and billions, talking about important issues, yet, nah, I'll just fucking show off my Lamborghini. It's kind of with the rap community, you know, I was a white boy. I was raised where, oh, you don't listen to rap music. And the moment I started listening to rap, I was like, yeah, I like this shit. But then as time went on, you know, it's kind of been consumed by this like Jake Paul, Andrew Tate mentality of like rage baiting and flexing the whole time. So I don't really like it that much anymore. You know, it's funny. Let's be honest. Most of us don't really listen to music for the lyrics most of the times. We don't. But again, these singers and songwriters are getting most of the money from these songs when really they are putting in the least amount of effort, and it's actually the DJs and the sound mixers that we are listening into. I'm willing to bet that the moment that these DJs and sound mixers get as much money as the singers and songwriters, that all of a sudden there will be this massive wave of artistic and creative singers and songwriters and rappers. Unlike anything before, the moment they don't get as much money as the DJs and the sound mixers, that they will start becoming super creative. But right now, they are so lazy because they know they can get away with it. And that's really the main thing I want all of you to think about today. If you agree with some of the things I'm saying here, I want you to do what I did and look on Spotify, wherever you listen to for music. Look for artists that you can support. Artists that says something, or hell, I like techno, I like some of these DJs. At least when I listen to their songs, even though it's not about anything important, I know that I'm supporting the sound mixers that make the song nice to listen to. So just please look around on Spotify and all these other places for artists that you can support, that you like. It will take some time, but honestly, it's not that difficult. And there are singers and songwriters out there that's doing important stuff, trying to change the world, trying to make us better. It's just they are so pushed down by the industry because of all these other lazy artists. And it's really just a shame. So I suggest that you actually go out looking online for these artists that you can support. And it's actually not that difficult. I found a few I like. There's this new song called Brain Rot. It's a bit of a rock song. But I found the words and what it's about really meaningful. I've found a DJ or sound mixer that I like called Famous or Famous on Spotify. He makes some good stuff. Also Sophia Isela. She sings about a lot of feminism and stuff like that. I don't agree with most of the stuff she sings, but at least she's singing about something, and I like her beats. Some of the songs are really fucked up. It's really fucked up, some of the songs, but the beats are really catchy, so, and the words are catchy. So yeah, if you agree with anything I've said today on my little angry rant, please give it a try for yourself, and I'm willing to bet that you will find artists that you will actually like. So thank you, and AR out.